Welcome to Energy Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday the 13th of April comes to you from London. And we start by looking at exchange traded contracts, and then we will look at European OTC contracts traded on the Trayport platform updater, running here on Bloomberg and Trayport. Of course, you can run on Thomson Reuters Icon, a host of different services, but this morning I'm running on Bloomberg and Trayport. So first of all, we start with Brent Crude, finding real support here on the cloud. It has really been marching up the hill, and we see that in the daily chart, just getting back into strength. But the key thing is this 57.50 level, and we may hit some resistance sometime soon. We've got a new downside target of 53.74. That would be activated below 55.50. So the key thing is just watching for that move, and that also it is the sort of cloud level. So anywhere sort of below 55.40, 55.50 area, that starts to look like a sell-off. It could just be short-term, of course, and if you're watching Crude more closely, just go to the 1-minute chart and press the T key on your system, and you'll get the trends and targets. You see the upside target still in train. We've still got 57 as an upside target, and that was given way back on the 4th of April. But we are just seeing here now that we have got a few downside targets kicking in, but a new upside target back in this very tight range. So if you're watching short term, the 1-minute charts is the place to go. Looking at WTI, we haven't quite negated this 37 downside target yet. We've got to move higher than where that sell-off was given. Here was the sell-off. We're back to where we started, but 55 is the key level here. So 57.50 on Brent, 55 on WTI. These are the levels we need to break. Heating oil looking pretty bullish as well. Natgas actually looking bearish on the short term, so Henry Hub just seeing a bit of a sell-off there. And again, the 1-minute chart will give us some clues. Just press the T key on your system, and we can see here we have got some downside targets playing in. 314 is the very short term, just varying the box size here. 314 is where we seem to be going at the moment. We're at 316, so just not a lot of downside there. RBOB just starting to turn bearish, and this has been the one chart that's held up better than most, so just interesting that we're seeing that. Coal is up, just finding support here at this sort of 65 level, so at 65.30, just struggling to get back above the cloud there. And if we look at emissions, still bearish below the cloud in the medium and long term. We're looking at MVP front month on the exchange traded contract, looking pretty bearish, and on the TTF contract as well. We'll look at the OTC in a moment. The dollar index, dollar falling away quite heavily yesterday, so we are just seeing a sell-off in the dollar short term. If we can get above 105 on the dollar, 101.5 on the dollar index, then that would activate this upside target to 106. That's a further 6% upside, so quite significant. And we're seeing the euro having jumped, just falling away a little bit at the short-term chart here. Keep an eye on these 1-minute charts, it will tell you as well. But here we're seeing 102 as the downside target if we go and make new lows again. 105 is the key level for the euro. Sterling breaking out, and we're seeing that against the dollar and against the euro. So it's got the upper hand here at the moment. Sterling looking a little bit better. Taking a look at Natgas, we start with the front month. We're looking still pretty bearish below the cloud here, and we've got this downside target of 36.14. Go to your Trayport screen. From your Trayport screen, just hit the updated chart, and then you can go to the 1-minute chart from there, press the T key, and we see a new targets kicked in at 37. We've got 35.55, 36.75 and 37, so we are seeing downside targets there as well, so that's quite key. So MVP just looking a little bit bearish on the seasonal, just struggling on the short term to get above, and on the day ahead chart looking bearish there as well below the cloud, and on the within day. So pretty well MVP products looking just pretty bearish at the moment. Looking at TTF on the front month, looking again just bearish below the cloud. On the seasons, we are actually holding a bullish situation there, so that's not looking as bad. And on the prompt market, we're just seeing that's On the day ahead, it's just holding as well. So TTF still looking a little bit better than MPP. Taking a look at NCG, German gas just not looking so good here, still bearish below the cloud, and on Gazpool as well, really struggling to break. Going to power markets, German power really has found support on the cloud here. We see that short term and it bounced in the medium term. Still looking pretty bullish on the medium and long term charts, and the short term has found some support as well. Take a look at the 1 minute chart. This will give us a little bit of a clue. Press the T key on your system. From your Trayport screen again, you can do this, and we're seeing here we've got this new upside target of 30.80, so that's back to the old targets that we have, and not much downside. So we are seeing a few little downside targets here when we go to shorter term charts, but at the moment German power looks pretty good, up 0.6% this morning, and we're seeing that on the quarters, on the months, and the years. So looking at French power, just up again, up 1.5%, quite volatile on French baseload there. Looking at quarters, we're also seeing just holding, and then the months also just staying bullish as well. Dutch power hasn't looked as good as late, but it's really below the cloud here. But we are just seeing this morning it's up fairly strongly, but it's not looking as good as German power, and Italian power much the same, just hitting resistance in the short term. Spanish power being the true standout, has been strong. I've just seen a sell-off in the last day or two, so that's off as well. That's it for today. Have a great Easter. Until Tuesday next week, happy charting. See you then.